Let's go to China.
Ready to head to China now?
Yes.
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in. Jensen, you might want to get ready. The jewel of the Yangtze approacheth.
Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to find answers in that?
Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're going in. The address you got off that Merc, Hengsha Court Gardens? It's a bit of a walk from here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
In case Barrett only gave up the address, knowing I'd walk into another trap.
It's the kind of thing I'd do to an enemy. You want my advice? Just find out who lives there and get out.
Yeah, I'm getting a Final Fantasy VII flashback from this. Okay, but we need to visit Limb Clinic fairly soon. Hung Ha Hotel was Garden Paths, Yozhou district, so this is not quite the same as Detroit. It's a two-part in the city, so it's maybe a bit larger, I'd say. Not much though, but still. Limb Clinic, Taiyang Medical Metro Station. Limb Clinic is something we want to visit immediately. We have 10,000 credits, so we should be able to buy 2 upgrades from there. We're moving north.
Yes, many business people from Upper Hangsha go there. Where are you traveling?
Buddy Les never pays to get into
There are a lot of
line.
places we can go here. Sewer access to, but I want to get the Limb Clinic out of the way first. The extra praxis points will be very useful. And we have the money to buy them now. We can worry about other things later on.
And it's time.
I think there's practice kits for sale. Well, there's at least one.
Lim International welcomes you. You are preferred client? Select what you want from computer.
Typhoon, Cyber Boost, Cyber Steam, yeah, 2 practice kits. We have about 200 credits now, but probably worth it.
You're very welcome, sir.
4 points. Just wondering what to take, really. Ranger is immune to toxic gas and gas grenades. I want these immunity type abilities, as many as possible. Cloak is pretty useless if you only have 1 point in it. It's too energy inefficient. I don't know if I want to spend multiple points in it now, because EMP shielding would be very good. It requires 4 points. It also gives us damage reduction to 30% at least. We can raise to 45 later on, but that would be very, very helpful. We'll leave the 2 points there. 2 points will not really give us much of an edge anyway. Not if we put it into armoring. The stealth abilities, it would help a little, but not that much. Because we're not really using those all that much. This is another hub, so there's a lot of secondary missions we can do here. We will. However, I still think we might as well start with the main reason we came here in the first place. Try to check out the tip Barrett gave us, which I think is stupid in many ways, because it seems at least that the game would have ended there. Could have ended there at least if Barrett, basically the villain, wouldn't have said where we should go next, which is it's a sign of bad writing in a game. If you require a villain's confession in that way to make progress in the game, you just don't know how to write a story. No one would do it. Usually it's one of the most hardest things to get out from a person is to betray their own side and give useful information to the enemy. But in a bad story, they volunteer the information at the first sight of the enemy. So it's somewhat of an amusing thing. It just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. The same information could have been gained from a lot of other ways, and it would have been functionally the same, but it would have made a lot more sense. You wouldn't have to have the villain make some kind of a retarded confession. You have Pritchard, for example. He could have easily, or either me or Pritchard could have gained access to a computer system, or gained the necessary link. It's not like it would have been any kind of a real problem. So you basically have to go out of your way to make sure that it works in the worst possible way. Okay. Very close. Investigate the penthouse apartment. More apartments. Some kind of huge area there. Unlabeled, so we probably can't enter there now. This is a much more smaller area. Seems to be just apartment buildings and whatever that is. So I guess the overall size is pretty similar to what Detroit was. What is going on here?
Bell Tower is conducting an investigation in this building, sir. No admittance.
Malik, you might have been right about that trap. Hengsha Court Gardens is under lockdown by Bell Tower Associates.
Bell Tower? They're the police in Lower Hengsha, Jensen. They're under contract with the Chinese government. You think the Chinese...
I won't know anything until I get inside that penthouse.
The boat. Holy shit, that's a hard hat. 5. It'll take a huge amount of time for us to get there. Detection chance 100%. But we can finish this. We'll just use 2 nukes on this. One might be enough.
Access granted.
And we got 1 nuke virus out of it, so didn't spend anything basically. A bit of cash, pips. So nothing of real value. Oh. That's what I was looking for. Alternative access to the building site. We could have probably used the rooftops too. In fact, that might be a much more secure route to take. From the looks of it, there's 1 patrolling guard on the right. Everyone else is sort of just standing still. Nothing suspicious here. There's a grating on the side of the screen we can't see. But I don't want to move in there unless I'm sure that the passers can be looking our way. So we're in one of the apartments. Nice to see hacking devices we actually have the skill to use. Do it. We have the time.
Access granted.
50 credits, 1 nuke virus. And machine pistol. Oh. You're not detecting anything. There are 2 guards there. It's hard to see because of the main mission marker. Yeah. Definitely almost right outside the door. Tenant in the penthouse. Ooh, isn't that what where we're going? Bell Tower Pigs. Trash collector. Okay. Tenant in the penthouse. Mr. Mao, can you not please do something about that tenant in the penthouse? You know I do not like to complain, yet ever since he moved into our building I have not felt safe in my own home. I feel he is always leering at me, and twice he has made comments about my personal life, about purchases I have made or about overseas friends that I have been corresponding with, that he should not know anything about. And I am not the only one who feels this way. I know you are just another tenant here, yet you have lived in the building longer than most. Maybe management will listen if you make the formal complaint. Please advise. So yeah, definitely the hacker. Hopefully they don't notice.
We got into his panic room, but we couldn't decrypt the computer codes.
Must have something really.
it seemed like a good opportunity, and I didn't see any others here. All the others are sort of even more grade. So they are not on the same level as we are, and I didn't notice any moving patrols here really. We don't have any room for ammunition anymore. I think I'm starting to dump concussion grenades. Gas grenades are superior in pretty much every way.
Nothing suspicious here.
A lot less immunities against effect too. I like this kind of hacking system. I don't mean the mechanics, what I mean is that if it's an average place, the hack difficulty will be averaged. Just because the game has progress doesn't mean every hack done afterward has to be by natural law as at a more difficult level.
Access granted.
Difficulty determined by the hardening on the target, not the progression in the game. I feel it. I feel it's better because it follows the internal logic of a game world instead of the out of the game logic of how a game is supposed to be progressing. I suppose it's sort of an extension of why level scaling feels bad in a game. It's just big certain monsters, even if they're supposed to be weak, become excessively strong just because you leveled up. It breaks the internal logic of the game world. Sort of as a function as a constant reminder that you're playing a game, you're playing a game, you're playing a game, instead of just letting you immerse in the experience.
Access granted.
Getting a little bit of extra cash from this, and I don't mind. We were basically broke after buying the Praxis upgrades. Okay, sorry about the interruption. Looks like there's 2 more apartments on this level, and I don't think I'll be ever coming back to here, so might as well take a look at them now. Any minor thing will help us too. Funnily enough, money is the more important thing at the moment. We don't particularly have anything we need to buy at the moment, but there might be things like weapon upgrade or something like that here and there. And you sort of need a certain level of liquidity before you can start doing trading back and forth.
Access granted.
Always inconvenient if you're totally broke. If you have a couple of thousand credits, then you're okay. I didn't see anything directly relating to what we're doing.
Access granted.
A bit of money, a little bit of experience. That seems to be what we're getting from these. Nothing important.
Access granted.
Bell tower peaks. Rooftop emergency door. Okay. It has come to our attention that the rooftop emergency door has been left ajar on numerous recent occasions. Please make sure that this door is properly closed when you come or go from the building. We do not want undesirables to enter and circulate. Oh shit. So, pizza and cleaning fluid. Blowing your brains on the wall. What the hell happened here? Excessive amount of pills. Is this kind of some kind of group suicide thing? Or did someone try to frame it to be a suicide a little bit too hard? Thought he had to frame all the possible suicide options at the same time.
Access granted.
And a toaster in the bathtub, okay. Yeah, that's a bit too much. I don't know how I should be dealing with the bell tower security. Naturally, we'll have to take them out where we find them, but it's they're not exactly criminals or gang members. It could be just basically doing people doing their jobs. Basically the local police force, so I don't feel right just killing them without some bit better reason. Okay, that's one alternative path. There's another. There's another, okay. Where exactly am I supposed to be? This might be an entrance though, and not a... nothing related to that, but how would... We can go there after we are done with this. There's no one here, so this cannot be the place we need to come to. Yeah, it barely looks just like someone is even living here. No, very few personal things. We could go there, but I don't think it's going to be going in the direction we wanted to go. Still, it's not going to exactly hurt us to find out. Yeah. Yeah, no. We're going to leave from through this area. But nothing to do with our mission here. Still, we did notice at least a couple of alternative paths. And where the hell do they go? Yeah, this was definitely an alternative entrance. That's the practice kit. But where does this go? We're one point away from EMP immunity, electrical immunity. I'm not sure if I want to go that way because extra carrying capacity would definitely be very useful right about now. No, don't take it yet. Yeah, now we can at least take extra ammo and grenades with us. I'm taking the full inventory. We would have taken it sooner or later anyway. And while the EMP protection, electricity protection in general is very useful, it's not something we absolutely have to have at the moment. Might be convenient, but not a must-have. This is probably the entrance thing. Cracked wall. Yep. So the alternative way to get in here. From the streets. And that would be the rooftop. Okay. Okay. What's this? Yeah, you can find an alternative entrance. They all lead to the same place. It looks like this is the alternative entrance to where we actually need to go. Yeah. 3 guys there. At least one patrolling. Where the hell is this patroller going? He's on this hallway, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we need to take him out. try to keep things civil with the bell tower, unless we find out. Crap. Oh, jeez, that's just painful to look at. Okay, from the looks of it, these two guys aren't doing anything. It's not turning around or anything, it's just staring out at the window for some reason. Not exactly a pretty view or anything. Can't see the sky and advertisement. Yeah, I don't see any need to kill these guys. Windmill. Definitely in the right place. Decent system. We'll use our abilities to make it through, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Soften, spam. Yeah, we'll just need to halt their advancement immediately when it starts. Maybe twice.
Access granted.
Okay, Hive Master to Windmill. This conversation. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Windmill. Hive Master, you there? Pick up, pick up, pick up, please. Hive Master. Mr. Van Bruggen. This is a surprise. No time to chit chat, and job offer still good? Depends. What you do, Airy? What I'm paid to do. Only this time clients aren't happy. She never is. So you'll arrange... I don't know what the hell that is. W slash... Something to Hong Kong, I think. Might take some time. Do it. Anonymous to Windmill. What the fuck you do, Windmill? Never seen Dragon Lady so pissed off. BT's hung your way. Safety's off. Suggest you get out now. Hive newsletter from the Hive Master. So definitely we need to go to the Hive.
Get word to Pritchard, Malik. The hacker who's been attacking us goes by the handle Windmill. Real name's Ari Van Bruggen. Bell Tower's been brought in to arrest him.
Arrest or get rid of?
Either way, he found out someone was gunning for him and took off. We need to find him.
There's a nightclub near where I dropped you called the Hive. It's notorious in black market circles. If this Dutchman is running, his first stop will be there.
I'll have a chat with the owner.
How do you open this? It's totally pointless since we know the entrance is there, but... think we're going to leave the two guards standing face to face there alone. Didn't come here because of the bell tower guard, so might as well just leave them. Okay, that went fairly smoothly. And there should be no guards on our way out.
Jensen, figured you might want a heads up before you stroll into the hive. The owner's name is Tong Si Hung, Tong being his last name. Rumor is, he's tied to the Triads.
China's organized crime lords. How wonderful. Anyone else want a piece of this pie?
I don't know. What kind of pie is it? Pie is not in this district though. We do want to take a look around. There's no way we can just go strolling into the hive anyway. But I don't think getting in is gonna be exactly a problem. If we can't just walk in, we'll find an alternative path. Shipping parking, and this should be the massive area, yeah, that we can't access, so it's some kind of parking hall. It's clearly intended to be accessible at some point. Not today though. I'm gonna take a look at the sewers. I'm sure he's fine. Don't want anyone else falling down here. They might not have the Icarus system. I don't plan to do an excessive search of these areas now. While we're going from place to place, we might always pick something to clear out. How big are these sewers? It's a fairly sizable area. Still, I don't exactly expect trouble here. I don't see any guards or anything either. I'm sort of hoping at least some secret walls or something like that. You usually have at least one. The reward might be total crap, but it might be a practice kit. So it's not. We just can't exactly ignore the possibility. There's no one here, but there's clearly areas where there should be. Yeah, another entrance to the parking area. and it is clearly marked with an access point. So parking area will become available to us at some point. Seems like there's already placements for guards here for that situation. So I wonder what the hell that's gonna be tied to. Yeah, this entire place seems to exist for the parking, access to the parking lots, and that's it. Yeah, wait till there's nothing here, nothing at all. Well, in some ways it's good to know. Downtown apartments. I don't think so. Harvester. Local gang. Heavily augmented. No natural limbs left. Crude augmentations, but still augmentations. Bygone districts.
Hey, what are you looking for, Lao Wai? Guns?
Are you selling something?
Hacking equipment? Hey, Lao Wai, you looking for some?
You know, it's an amazing view of the cityscape on the rooftop. It's just
What were you saying?
Okay, hey. What are you
The
looking for?
Hung Ha, was it? Hung Ha Hua Hotel has a equipment seller of some kind.
Come on, the island's only so big.
That's what
You
he's
said it
trying to tell
yourself.
me.
It's a center of free corporate
Need
expression in China.
equipment
If you
called
want
Hung
to keep it that
Ha
good, you have to build up.
Hotel.
It's taken 12 years to build the family so far, and it can take another 10 more to finish. Who's gonna pay for all that?
So why not? It's fairly close to Hive anyway. Yeah, it's supposed to be all about the ladies. Some kind of strict, yeah, some kind of club.
Can't you give me a little discount this time?
Sorry, but for the service you want, you damn well better believe I'm getting my full amount of credits.
Sweet pea. I can hardly make my rent this month.
Join the club, sweet pea.
I don't want that security hub. Nothing of particular interest.
Hey, 我会帮你消除烦恼。
Well, hello there. Just the man I wanted to see. Lin Fu Ren.
You want best in the city? You come to right place. Look on computer and see for yourself.
Okay, rocket ammunition. Silencer, target scene. Ooh, damage upgrade. The reason I'm sort of hesitating on buying it is because we want it for a pistol. And it's the only weapon we have upgradable at the moment, so maybe it might be better to leave it in the shop for a moment. So if we find a better weapon to use, we don't have to carry around these mods. We can just come back later and buy these. After all, we are going to get a warning when we leave the city hub. That's not the only consideration to think about though. Ooh, 4 automatic unlocking devices. EMP grenade. I don't think we need to buy these. We do have to fight against robots here and there, but usually it is if we can't evade them, and 2, we are going to get a few EMP grenades here and there. Yeah, I think I'll leave the damage upgrade here for now. It's not a wise decision to leave these always.
Fortune and glory to you.
But, the thing is, not all shops are, I guess, secure. They might go away at some point. This seems very secure though. It's in the middle of the city hub, and very well protected in a what seems like a legal establishment. So if that's not a secure place, I don't know what is. And sewers. It's a minor area. We might as well take a look, because we're doing the sewers at the same time. Either way, we're going after the hive immediately after this. Practice kits. Hello there. Very nice place to visit. Yeah, still not seeing any hostiles here. Much more friendly sewer than in Detroit. It basically seems like extended storage facility in many ways. Qui-Gon District, or ooh, what is this? We should have immunity to poison. I did buy it, that's right, yeah. And there's that. Didn't need it, I believe. Not seeing any enemies or anything. Ah, the hive. Well, that is convenient, isn't it? Just where we needed to go. Guess we'll just have to hope that the entrance to the hive, that they're gonna be receptive to us coming in through here. Either way, we're here.